Ohio Governor John Kasich says his administration is creating jobs and will continue to do so in 2012. That was part of today's message in the governor's State of the State address. Good evening, I'm Lee Jordan.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Leon Bibb reporting tonight from West 25th Street in Cleveland from Dave's Supermarket. We're looking to see how people feel about the governor's agenda. Today, the governor cited several major Ohio companies that are hiring again, many in manufacturing like Chrysler, Republic Steel, Honda. And so we are here at Dave's Supermarket to ask people if they feel that the economy state is turning around.
Not only do I have a job that pays a living wage, I have a job that offers benefits. Not a lot of people, have that.
I just retired from the Postal Service. So it's a process that has to unfold.
Most people, especially the young people, when they lose a job, they get another one. It may not be the big government and state jobs that we used to have, but we do have jobs.
I feel like it's the same. I feel like it could get better. I don't know.
And we will hear from other shoppers as to what they have to say. Right now, I want to join John Kasich of News Channel 5. He attended the governor's speech in Steubenville today. John, tell us more about what Governor John Kasich had to say.
Leon, he touched on education and energy, jobs and opportunity. It was a speech here today, the State of the State on the road, that carried with it a brighter picture of where the state is headed. Governor John Kasich highlighted the accomplishments of his first year in office during this first ever State of the State address on the road, balancing a record deficit without raising taxes, taking the state's rainy day fund from 89 cents to $250 million, and creating the environment for the private sector to come in and create jobs, 43,500 of them.
Ohio is the #1 job creator in the Midwest today as we sit here. #1. We're the #9 job creator in America, from 48 to 9 in 1 year. Legislature, people.
Democratic leaders say not so fast.
I think the governor's living in fantasy land, taking credit for everything under the sun. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't take credit for the sun today.
Outside protesters gathered to make their voices heard on everything from jobs to education to fracking. To deal with all the issues that divide the state, the governor called for bipartisanship in the legislature.
You look at what's happening in Washington. Do we want to be them? They can't get out of their own way. The country's losing faith.
The governor talked about bipartisanship, but bipartisanship seems to be a one-way street. It's only when Republicans recommend something do we get bipartisanship.
Storyline and talking with Democrats we're seeing develop, especially over the course of the next couple of months. Jobs are being created, but we're going to see a tug of war going on as far as who gets credit for creating those jobs, whether it's Governor Kasich in Columbus or President Obama in Washington. Reporting live in Steubenville, John Kasich, News Channel 5.
Many thanks, John Kasich. But before you get away, let me get your thoughts on this. Governor John Kasich said today that he has received some flack for using the state airplane so much, but he said he was going to continue to travel around the state of Ohio. What are your thoughts on that?
He defends that to the nth degree from the standpoint of it takes money to make money, and if he can be in 3 and 4 places in a given day to try and create that environment to create those jobs, he's going to continue to do it and will continue to use the plane when necessary.
Okay, many thanks, John Kasich, handling the story for us. There's one thing for certain, it is all about the economy, and that means people want to eat and eat on a regular basis. One thing we have in common is that we all eat. So I went out today to talk to people who were buying food, asking them how was our Ohio economy faring for them. If there is an economic crossroads of Ohio, it is probably the West Side Market in Cleveland. There is a pathway beaten here for the one thing all of us have in common: putting food on the table. So when the governor speaks on the state of the state, it boils down to Ohio residents' abilities to adequately feed themselves and their families. Can you tell if business is down by the kind of customers you get here at your poultry stand?
Yeah, people watch a little more on what they're spending.
So you're able to stroll through the West Side Market and put some bread and meat on the table here?
A lot more now in the past 4 years than ever.
Food draws in the customers. Merchants can gauge the ups and downs of the economy by the foot traffic in the food market. When the governor describes the state of the state, that is an overall picture. The picture residents focus on is the one they live every day, at home.
I work every day. I'm getting a little overtime.
Yeah.
But working for the state with Kasich, it's been kind of rough.
There's not a lot of jobs. You know, people are down on their luck, and, you know, just we need jobs in the country.
And that is the bottom line, jobs. Jobs equal money, and money raises the standards of living here in the state of Ohio, across the United States for that. Grocery store shoppers are checking the prices and checking their wallets, always with hope, of course, that they're able to keep putting food on the table. And on the heels of the State address, a new report just out shows more than 1 in 3 Americans live in households that receive Medicaid, food stamps, or other government assistance. And get this, when you include Social Security, Medicare, and unemployment benefits, nearly half the nation lives in a household that gets a government check. That's 148 million people. The study was done by George Washington University. Well, this is News Channel 5 at 6 o'clock, and coming up as we continue, the governor mentions Cleveland and a sweeping new education plan in his speech. We'll have more on that in just a few moments. Lee?
Okay, Lee.